It turns my semi-automatic rifle into like a fully automatic rifle.
Considering fully automatic weapons cost between $13,000 and $20,000, this is about as close as most people will get.
So we're fixing to have some effing fun, all right?
To fully automatic rapid fire.
Called a slide fire. And then once it fires, the gun bounces back and forth, and it fires just like a machine gun.
We found numerous examples of 30 shots fired in just 3 seconds. That translates into about 600 rounds every minute.
This thing is cool.
Despite dozens of YouTube examples showcasing its merits, we wanted to see for ourselves what slide fire is all about. That's why we traveled to a designated shooting area north of Tucson.
That's from shooting into that mound, yeah.
To put this legal firearm accessory to the test.
GoPro time. There it goes. Woo! That thing's a beast.
Zach Marcus and his wife Amy are local gun enthusiasts who've been shooting recreationally for about 10 years.
Clip.
On most days, Zach uses his semi-automatic rifle.
We're gonna shoot the 223.
He does so with confidence, squeezing off one shot at a time. After a quick safety lesson, we did the same right next to him.
You got it on the first one, too.
On this day, Zach brought along another assault rifle, this one equipped with a bump stock by Slide Fire.
We've taken this off, and we've installed the bump fire.
Okay.
So this is what you're buying.
That is a $250 to $300 device that doesn't alter the firing mechanism in any way. It simply uses the momentum of the gun's recoil to manipulate the trigger repeatedly.
And it's mainly, what I see most of it is just to go out and have fun with it. So you can get that exhilaration.
But as we found out, it's very difficult to control.
It jammed when I was shooting it.
Especially without practice.
It's kind of sloppy. It moves around. It's very hard to actually, I think, to fire it.
Zach says you could probably get used to the device if you came out here and dumped at least 500 rounds. But that's going to be very expensive considering the cost of ammunition. As for the Slide Fire itself, the Federal Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms says it's perfectly legal because it doesn't contain automatically functioning mechanical parts or springs. They classify it simply as a firearm part. But this so-called part impacts a gun's performance, no matter how you look at it.
That I can stand in front of one of these weapons and I can call it all kinds of names and it's not going to do anything to me. So it's not how many bullets in the magazine, it's the nut behind the gun.
Every man's birthright.
Because of their popularity and the ATF's interpretation, Slide Fire is probably here to stay. But just for a second, imagine if January 8th shooter Jared Loeffner were using one that day.
They're coming at you a lot faster than those, than that 9mm he shot people with.
The outcome would have likely been very different that terrible day.
Well, you got 25 rounds per clip. I think he reloaded 2 or 3 times. 75 bullets, probably would have killed 50 people.
We want to point out at least 90% of all street crime nationally does not involve semi-automatic weapons. Most thugs prefer cheap handguns, knives, hammers, anything they can quickly use and just throw away. However, suspects in mass shootings do prefer semi-automatics or full autos if they can get their hands on them. As for the Slide Fire, dealers we spoke to say they're a fad, a novelty, but there is demand for them, so they're probably not going away. The same can be said for the very vocal parties on both sides of the gun debate. Som Lisaius, KOLD News 13, live, local, late breaking.